Alright guys, we are back once again on to functional programming. Let's get it. Hopefully this is more fun than object-oriented was, because I particularly enjoy that, but I've never done any functional programming before, so it's gonna be interesting. So you can pose functions in a mutating state. We're going to declare what you want to happen rather than how you want to happen. Imperative programming declares what the what and how. Example, imperative code. Car equals create car, car to add gas, car to clean windows. Functional code. Clean windows, add gas, create car. For understanding that the function example, we never change the value of the car variable. There's component functions return new values with outermost function, clean windows in this case return the final result. Interesting. So we're going to work on doc to doc, command line 2, converting documents from formatting another, with pan doc. That is similar. Okay. Press complete the stylized title function. Take a single string as input and return a single string as output. Return string have both the title centered and a border added. Use provide a function center title and add border. Center the title before adding the border. Not create any variables, use only one line of code. So I think the ones inside happen first, right? So I think this is what they're looking for. Okay, it looked like that worked. Been studying consistently for 13 days. Give me 1 second, let me get some coffee in me. Frankly, Python is the best language for functional programming. Reasons include no static typing, almost everything is immutable, no tail call optimization. Roughly whatever the last thing function does to call on the function ladder is not returned to its caller. I don't really get what this is. Okay, so these functions are being added onto a stack. So function A runs, return stack frame is removed. Condition jumps to return asterisk line B. Looks like this. Line B, the value is returned by ID. Returns F call again. Topmost stack parameters removed. Execution jumps to return address line C. Happens in line B is the value returned by ID is passed on line C. Ideally, ID could have self. We skipped. So I think they're saying the last call can be done without running other functions, basically. Instead of waiting for the line B function to finish, you can just run line B and C at the same time, since C is a tail call. Yeah, I might have to read more about this later, but I've never heard that before. Side effects are common. To have a side effect, if it has any observable effect other than its primary effect of reading the value of its arguments, returning value to the invoker of the operation. Modifying non-local variable. Okay, so other things can happen besides just the intended function, I guess. Purity is not enforced. Floor returns to floor, max returns to max 2 values. They're saying, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense, because Python, there isn't really anything, because it's not statically typed, anything can be anything because it's dynamically typed. Some types are hard to define. Some type is a choice between possibilities. But some type can be one several defined variants. For example, type representing the state of traffic can be red, amber, or green. Shape type could be either a circle or a square. Pattern matching is weak. In contrast to pattern recognition, the match usually must be exact. Either will or will not be a match. Okay, I'm not really diving deep into these topics. I don't think that was. That's what I'm trying to learn here. There's some very low-level coding concepts. So you're either using Python or reason you already know Python. Great is only coding basics. I agree. Still code the most common functional programming. Jump through a hoop or two to do it. Okay. Haskell. Alright, interesting. Because I already know Python. Try to make data immutable, so unchangeable. Once a value is created, it cannot be changed. Your data is easier to think about and work with. Intended functions that access the same variable, and you're debugging a problem with that variable. Have to consider the possibility that any of those functions could change the value. Variable is immutable, to be sure that it hasn't changed. Mutability means fewer bugs and maintainable code. Tuples in the list both contain ordered collection of values, but tuples are immutable. Yeah, append to a list, but not append to a tuple. For a new copy of tuple, you cannot change the existing tuple. List you can change, obviously. Tuples you cannot. Oh, so you need a comma for a single element tuple. All ages is a brand new tuple. Add prefix accepts 2 arguments. Documents. Document is string. Documents the current tuple of strings. Should do 2 things. Should add a prefix to the beginning of a new document. X is the next index in the tuple. Your document is 0 dot. The second actually 1 dot. Current document tuple of new document. Run the code to see the error. Oh yeah, tuples cannot append. A new doc is equal to prefix post document. The prefix is equal to a string with the link of documents. Bug is attempting to mutate the input tuple, create a brand new tuple with the new document added to the end and return it. So I guess some of my new underscore documents is equal to documents plus new doc, right? Turn new underscore documents. Failed. Can only concatenate a tuple, not a string to a tuple. It says new doc. Documents is just a blank tuple. I think we need to find a new tuple with the new doc thing. Return that. Okay, that did return something. Don't we need to do this for every item though? I don't know why they're not doing it for every item. Because this is what they're expecting. Oh, never mind, they're doing it already. Should we do something like documents and then append the new doc? So I think we need to do something like documents plus. So probably new doc is that it's the string. So I think we do something new underscore doc underscore tuple equal to new doc. Documents plus new. Okay, there we go. Now it works. We had the comma at the end there. Oh, okay, that's how we could have done it. We could have just done it without a variable. Wow, got it. I kind of turned down some of the quality settings because CPU is getting crazy hot. Not exactly sure why. Might be because I live in Texas and everything is hot here. I guess we'll see. Clear the programming.
CSS, I know, disgusting, is actually a great example of declarative language. Take a look at this simple snippet of CSS that turns the color of a button red. There are no step-by-step procedures. We simply declare, I want buttons to be red. The browser then takes that declaration and implements it. It applies it so that all the buttons on the website are actually rendered as red on the screen. Now let's take a look at a similar example that's implemented in procedural, non-declarative Python. First, we get right into the nitty-gritty of the implementation details by importing the tkinter library. Next, we'll create a new GUI window, we'll set the size of the window, we draw a red button on the screen, and finally we'll call the main loop that keeps the window open and listens for any incoming events. The key difference here is that in the procedural Python example, we're very concerned about the how in addition to the what. When we're writing declarative code, we really just want to worry about the what, right? The fact that we want red buttons. Good old mathematics is another great example of a declarative language. And that's why functional programming is often more popular with mathematicians. Take a look at this equation. X equals 5 times 10 plus 6 times 11. The equation doesn't tell us in which order we need to carry out each computation on our hardware. And it also doesn't tell us exactly where we should store each value in the memory on our computer. We could write the code this way, or we could swap the ordering around like this, and we'd get the same result either way. Purely functional code is mostly Python, because at the end of the day, somewhere, we need to specify how to get stuff done. But we can continuously try to make our code more and more declarative, which means more and more functional, by hiding the implementation details at a lower level. So the goal of the functional programming style is just to bring us closer and closer to this declarative idea.
Interesting. What instead of how? Declarative. So why would I want to work? I don't want to work for it. How's all buttons have red text? It's a lot of lines to declare the desired style. It's up to web browsers to figure out how to apply and use it. Functional programming. See, is a lot of code is imperative. Exact step-by-step implementation. While code is imperative. I don't know if that was a strong math. After all, math equations and procedural is declarative. Average is equal to the sum of x's divided by n. Sum x and average is equal to the sum of all numbers of collection x divided by the number of elements in collection x. Equation really just says the average of all numbers in collection X. Declarative way of writing, calculate average of a list of numbers. Imperative Python was just the same thing. Write the code a bit more declaratively. Suburb numbers by the length of numbers. Over not keeping track of the state. Total variable. First example is stateful. Designed to remember preceding events. State of the system. Okay, so yeah, the total number will continue to get updated. Unlike the sum here, it just happens one time. For document conversions, it doesn't handle fonts, font sizes. Include the get medium font size function. Given a list of numbers running font size, return the median of the list. The second list is out of order. Median is the middle, right? Yeah, it's the middle. So they can list as out of order. Oh, here's second list out of order. Sort of list as in ascending order. Then find the middle index and return the middle number. If there is an even amount of numbers, return the smaller of the two middle numbers. I know that's not true median, but good for our purpose. Empty, just return none. Here's some helpful docs. So read. And iterable returns a new sort of list. Length of function. Yeah, we know about this. Full vision, just get the remainder, right? Forward quotient of x and y. All right. A good little functional programmer. Code should not use loops or mutate any variables. Okay, so no loops or mutations. I love loops, but we can't write imperatively in this assignment. So it really should be one line. First of all, we need to sort the font sizes. Well, no, I don't think we need to return one line. You should not mutate any variables, but it'll create new ones. So I think we can do this sort of fonts for sizes. Mutate means change. And find the middle index. How are we going to find the middle? So if you were to do something like floor division, it's 6 divided by 3 or something. It's going to print out 2, right? Yeah. Divided by this should print out 0. Oh, that's not how it works. I thought that gave you the remainder. I was wrong. Floored quotient, so I guess it means the rounded Python floor division. Rounds down, okay.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to be resuming our educational speed.
Yeah, I think I can talk now. Yeah, that last problem. Yeah, I know. It's just weird. I'm not sure how I was supposed to recognize this. I'll know that before. I guess, it's just experience. I'm just going to go with what Adam Learners told me in the stream, that I shouldn't worry about this at the beginning. Should be more worried about writing as much code as possible. And as I come across situations like this, I'll understand as time goes on. But, yep. Hey, let's do this. Print strip white space. Okay, let's see what's going on here. White space is gone. It's like capitalize is actually lowercase in each letter. Periods, and we also need to do line, or line. The white space isn't being stripped either. Non-strip white space is also not working. Oh, our strip is on the right side, so we technically actually need strip. That's what we need there. I'm assuming you can use Google. I'm guessing Google these days is Google's weird because it's AI overview thing. It just basically tells you the answer to everything. I don't know. I guess it's easier to learn now, but things are crazy these days, man. I'm just trying to act like a normal human being. If I was on a job, I would use Google. I would probably read AI mode. It is what it is. Maybe it's not hardcore, but it's probably what's going to end up happening. I think search is kind of dead, unfortunately, because of AI. Maybe it's a better thing. I mean, it's not like I want to go to Stack Overflow or something. Oh, so upper is the one that covers everything. Okay, so upper is going to do that. So upper. don't think I really need the other thingamajigers, though it was kind of cool. I think this is just more intuitive. Yeah, I think that's the output they're expecting right there. So just return this instead. Okay, what am I missing? I don't know what's wrong here. It's still failing. Oh, only 3, not 4. Okay, one's still failing. Okay, so, oh, it's replacing commas, not periods. There we go. Oh, okay, so yeah, they broke everything up. Yeah, I mean, see, the tips they give you is effectively what I got from Google, so I don't see anything wrong with Googling. I was trying to find the Discord if they mentioned anything about it, but I didn't see anything. Our styles for writing code, what isn't inherently superior to the other, but to be a well-rounded developer, you should understand both. That's well when to use them. Some are functional, some are object-oriented. Contrary to public functional OP are not always at odds. Inheritance is the only one that doesn't fit functional programming. All these still happen in functional. Inheritance isn't seen in functional code due to multiple classes. The best developers are the ones that use the best ideas from both paradigms effectively and appropriately. Functional OP are all about writing faster code, writing code that uses less memory, writing code that runs any machine. Writing cleaner code, I would say. Yeah. A basic concept of inheritance. Yeah, inheritance is something else. I don't really like it. It's very confusing. I'd say first impressions, I definitely like functional better. So we need to check if it's actually even a valid string first. Create as exception, not a hex color string. One of these arguments is wrong, so print R, print G, and print the beat. How is that invalid syntax? Oh, they don't have exclamation point in Python. It's if not. I'm just gonna run, well. Invalid literal for int with base 10. FF. Looks like the FF is the one causing problems. It should be pretty not a hex code string. What is this even doing? Int hex string 16. I think it's check if it's an actual hexadecimal value. I think we also need to check though, or hex underscore color. Can you do the length of a string? A string Python. Okay, you can do that actually. Guess this works on anything. It's less than 6. Okay, there we go. That one is now passing. So invalid literal for int with base 10 FF. Okay, so first of all, I don't know what. A string with converts the hexadecimal I8 to decimal. So that second argument is doing conversion. So G is not even printing out. We're getting an error, invalid literal with base 10. Oh, I think you're supposed to use 16 because wait, why does that work though? Wait, how does it work? It defines int returns x dot int. Python docs are quite hard to understand. Okay, it doesn't really explain like how you're supposed to do conversion, but it is right here. They have a hexadecimal number by putting the base in. Converts the hexadecimal IA to decimal. So the default is base 10. So I guess you put anything in there and you define its base as something else, it will convert back to base 10. Right? What does this slash even mean? Positional only parameter separator. I don't know what that means. Converts the specified value into an integer number. Okay. So where am I? Freaks. Convert base. So you have to tell it what type of number it is you're passing. Then it'll automatically convert to an integer. Okay. Seems like it makes sense. Alright, there we go. Okay, I think this video is going to stop here. It's pretty late and my family does make quite a bit of noise these days, so I will just continue coding, just not recording. But thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. If you have any advice specifically on this section right here, where I had this terrible solution that worked, but it's way less efficient than this and probably isn't really functional programming. I just don't understand how I was supposed to recognize this without having seen that before. But I think I did have seen that before a very long time ago, like a freshman CS year, but I've forgotten. Feels like something you wouldn't really recognize. Without having seen it before, but I don't know. That's one thing about programming that always bugs me. I feel like a little bit of it is, at a certain point, you know, basic coding concepts and like for loops, if statements, OOP and stuff, but to write truly good code, you just have to code for a long time and read a lot of people's code. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you all in the next one.